Hey guys, welcome to another Morris Method coaching video. Now this video series is going to be how to apply and what to apply when it comes to strength training for trail running. Guys, so I'd like to welcome you back to the Morris Method coaching channel. Now, if you are interested in endurance training, if you think you need health and performance improvements, you're going to want to hit subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon for every time I drop a new video. Now, this is going to be a 5-part video series where I walk you through focuses on how you can implement and what exercises you should be doing to improve your strength, your musculoskeletal strength, for your long distance running, particularly talking about trail running and ultra running. Let's take an example. Let's say that you're training for the Ultra Trail Australia next May 2021. Now, if you're either training for the 22, the 50 kilometer, or the Big Bertha of the 100 kilometers, you're gonna wanna make sure that your musculoskeletal system is up to scratch and ready to actually tackle the stairs, and particularly the downhills. Getting into the weeds of how you should be implementing it into your program is, one, you need to know your state of play. So you need to know exactly where you currently are with, one, your current strength, and two, what your timeline is looking like. So let's say, again, example, we've got till May 2021. You have a copious amounts of time, get some really good strength conditioning within your body. Once you kind of know where you're currently at, you need to start very, very basic. So my biggest recommendation in this video is going to be either doing a preload or a post-load. Now, in preload or post-load, what I'm talking about that is, think about the running that you're gonna do throughout the week. So we are months out of the UTA at the moment, so we have plenty of time. So this current period of time should be very specific around building base strength and base aerobic fitness. Runs at the moment are most likely going to be relatively easy, relatively controlled in intensity, and most likely they're going to be working on building your endurance. So what you're going to want to do is, by doing this preload, is that you're going to stress the musculoskeletal system before you actually head out for your aerobic run. Now obviously, stressing the muscles beforehand, this is going to make your running, one, harder for the day, but then it's also going to it will also increase your heart rate for that one particular session that you are doing. Understanding that your aerobic fitness, although it's still going to be improved, it will be hindered slightly because your heart rate will actually be lifted because of the stress that you've applied because of the preload. Why I recommend this preload is most of the people that we're going to work with are people who work, people who aren't athletes, people who don't have time to train constantly throughout the week. So you need to make sure that you're very, one, specific, but then very time efficient so that you can get the most out of your body without overstressing it, but then also without understressing it so that you can adapt efficiently. By getting these preloaded sessions into your training plan, it allows you to, one, build muscular strength and then still work on your aerobic conditioning, but it also allows you to mimic what a longer session is going to feel like. So imagine yourself out there now, you aerobically and fit enough can head out there for a couple of hours, let's say, and you start jogging, but eventually your aerobic conditioning is not what's going to become the challenge. It's going to be the breakdown in your hips, the breakdown in your calves, the breakdown in the musculoskeletal system that's really going to have you starting to think about whether you keep going or whether you do actually stop and quit. By allowing you to do this preload, you stress the musculoskeletal system, then you enter into that easy aerobic run, and it mimics what it's kind of like at the 90-minute mark, the 2-hour mark, obviously depending on how much load or how experienced you are with these preloaded sessions. So what a preloaded session could absolutely look like is, think 15 minutes. I'm going to give you 3 exercises. Before we jump into this one, you just want to make sure that you're not looking for huge amounts of intensity. What you're looking for is to stress the musculoskeletal system or those particular areas and make sure your body is moving correctly so the muscles can actually contract correctly. So let's say you've got 15 minutes. I'm going to give you 3 exercises that I would highly recommend you jump in and start with. Number 1 is going to be a very basic body weight squat. You could also use a TRX to do the same thing. Second one's going to be get really good at walking or static lunges. And the third one is going to be a very basic and simple plank. Just getting into the strength training, you need to understand how you can implement it into your program. So what I would suggest is just start with 2 15-minute preloaded workouts. So let's say you do a 15-minute easy round out of bodyweight squats, walking lunges, and plank. Nice and easy, giving yourself plenty of break, even though it's only 15 minutes. You're not looking for a 15-minute hit out. This is the start of your workout. You're looking for appropriate activation of those particular muscles. And then you head out for your 45-minute, your 60-minute aerobic run. Like I said, you can also do this at the end, but if you're just getting into the strength training, I would highly recommend start with the preload initially before you start looking at the post-load. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of advice as to how you can start implementing some strength training into your program. This is a very basic foundation of what you should be doing so that you are ready to go for your actual race. And now in the next tutorial, we're gonna go over these exercises in detail and then what loaded exercises you would want to be progressing towards so that you can make sure that your legs, your hips, your lower back, everything's going to stay nice and strong so that you can actually continue to endure, so that you can actually continue to step forward, go up the stairs, go down the hills with feeling as little fatigue as absolute possible. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to hit subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, if you need some help with strength training for running, ultra running, trail running, hiking, you name it, put them down below and I'll get back to you. All right, guys, bye.